Just a reminder, everybody, that the orange and black recap will be making its YouTube debut on Friday, October 13th, as I recap the Flyers Blue Jackets game on October 12th of 2023, exclusively on the Timmy Flyer YouTube channel, and exclusively on my Instagram, Timmy the Flyers Guy 215, and also on the Flyers Extreme Facebook group. So get ready and check out the orange and black recap making its debut on the Timmy Flyers Guy YouTube channel on Friday, October 13th. It'll also be on my Instagram, Timmy the Flyers Guy 215, and also the Flyers Extreme Facebook page. Let's go, Flyers! Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyersguys, and welcome to this edition of the Flyersguys Top 10. In this week's episode, I'm going to discuss my top 10 favorite wrestling storylines. I really am a huge wrestling fan, and there are many storylines that are pretty awesome. So in this episode, I'm going to discuss my top 10 favorite wrestling storylines. And let's start with number 10. And that storyline was the rivalry between Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff. The rivalry between Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff came to a head. Turns out that in real life, Eric Bischoff was mad at Ric Flair because Ric Flair didn't show up at one of the events. The reason for that is Ric Flair was at his son's wrestling tryout. He was at his son's wrestling match. Storyline came to a head when Ric Flair challenged Eric Bischoff to a match at Starrcade 1998. Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff had their match. Eric Bischoff cheated to win the match by using a foreign object, nailing Ric Flair. Ric Flair showed up the night after on Monday Nitro in a rage. Ric Flair completely took his clothes off and he stripped down to his boxer shorts. In a fit of rage, called out Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff came out, and I gotta tell you, this is not just about Eric Bischoff, this is also the Ric Flair presidency as well. So, Ric Flair calls out Eric Bischoff, handcuffs himself to the rope until Eric Bischoff comes out and accepts his challenge. Eric Bischoff accepted the challenge, but he reluctantly tried to get out of the match by running away like a sniveling coward. Eric Bischoff tried to get into a limo, but the four horsemen were in the limo, and they carried Eric Bischoff out to the ring, where Ric Flair and Eric Bischoff clashed in the ring. Ric Flair was kicking Eric Bischoff's ass until the Giant came in to try to interfere. The Giant chokeslammed Ric Flair. It was all academic for Eric Bischoff until the Macho Man Randy Savage made a return and slammed the Giant, helping Ric Flair get the victory. Helping Ric Flair get the victory over Eric Bischoff. Ric Flair then became the president of WCW. Ric Flair was doing a pretty good job as president, rehiring referee Randy Anderson and giving the members of the LWO a second chance. Also, as things went on many months later, Ric Flair was going to have a match against Hulk Hogan at WCW Super Brawl. His son, David Flair, did the unthinkable and turned his back on his father, Ric Flair, siding with the NWO. And I have to mention, Tori Wilson was involved in this story. And let me tell you, Tori Wilson is sexy. And all hell broke loose as later Ric Flair was attacked by Eric Bischoff and the NWO in the woods. Ric Flair was pulled out of his limo and beaten mercifully by the NWO. It was the beating that Ric Flair got. Ric Flair got the beating of his life of the NWO. Would set up a match with Hulk Hogan at Uncensored. Ric Flair won that match at Uncensored and was still in charge of WCW. Ric Flair then officially turned heel, and he let the power go to his head. And Ric Flair became a dastardly president, a dastardly heel. So bad that Ric Flair was sent to a mental institution. This was a weird storyline, but I loved it, and I thought it was funny. And now we get to our next storyline, our number 9 storyline on here. And that storyline is the Nexus versus WWE. The Nexus were a group led by Wade Barrett. The members of the group were Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, Ryback, Skip Sheffield at the time, and also Darren Young and Michael Tarver. The Nexus storyline all started, and it all started back in 2010 when NXT was invented. Now this isn't the NXT that you know today. This was the NXT, the game show version of NXT. And it was shit. It was shit. But I watched it, because what else was I going to do that night? So the storyline, it got started, I think in May of 2010. There was a viewer's choice episode of Monday Night Raw. In the main event, John Cena took on CM Punk in the main event. The match was going good, back and forth match, and then there was interference by who else but Wade Barrett and the Nexus. They attacked CM Punk, attacked Matt Striker, tore up the ring, and their sights were set on John Cena. They beat John Cena mercifully. It was the beating of John Cena. It was the beating of a lifetime. John Cena got the beating of a lifetime. And it all culminated months later in a match at SummerSlam. As Team WWE took on Team Nexus. Nexus was dominating until WWE brought back Daniel Bryan, who was fired for choking Justin Roberts with his tie. Daniel Bryan came back, and he was a house of fire until The Miz interfered with the Money in the Bank briefcase, yelling Daniel Bryan from behind with the briefcase. Daniel Bryan got eliminated in that match, but the team WWE prevailed as John Cena got the pin on Wade Barrett. Nexus was not through yet, as many months later. There was a match. If John Cena lost, you would have to join the Nexus. But if Nexus lost, Nexus would disband. John Cena beat John Cena, lost to Wade Barrett due to interference from Michael McGillicuddy and Husky Harris, who is known as Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace. John Cena lost, but many months later, John Cena was able to win a match. He was free from Nexus. He got fired, but he was free. That's my number 9 pick on this countdown. And now we get to our number 8 pick on this countdown, and that is Daniel Bryan's journey to glory. Daniel Bryan was a wrestler in WWE. And this storyline, I want to talk about this storyline. It all started on an episode of Raw when John Cena said, "The man who deserves a title shot is Daniel Bryan." So this whole storyline revolves around Vince McMahon trying to make Daniel Bryan a corporate stooge. And that didn't work. And it all culminated as Daniel Bryan got his shot at SummerSlam, and his opponent was John Cena. Daniel Bryan won the match and became champion for the moment until Randy Orton did the unthinkable, turning heel and joining the Authority. It all started when Triple H pedigreed Daniel Bryan in the middle of the ring. And then Randy Orton went for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Randy Orton became the champion. Many months later, Daniel Bryan finally got another shot. At the September pay-per-view, Daniel Bryan won the match, but the referee counted The referee made a fast count. The fast count, Daniel Bryan won, but the next night on Raw, he had to vacate the title due to a fast count and chicanery. Years, many months later, Daniel Bryan got another shot, and he wrestled. Randy Orton in a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. And then Shawn Michaels super kicks Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan loses once again to Randy Orton due to interference. We then have Daniel Bryan join the Wyatt family. We then find out it was just a ruse, as Daniel Bryan beat the hell out of Bray Wyatt inside a steel cage. Then we fast forward to many, many months later, and we get to WrestleMania of that year. Daniel Bryan finally achieves his glory and wins the championship. One of my favorites. It's my number 8 storyline on this countdown. Now we get to number 7 on this countdown. Number 7. Number 7. We get to number 7 on this countdown. We're going to get to number 7 as soon as I come back, so stay tuned, everyone. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody. Timmy Flyersguys here, and I have a special announcement. Coming to the Timmy Flyersguys YouTube channel on New Year's Eve 2023, I'll be bringing in the new year with my 200th episode of Classic Flyers Theater with Timmy Flyersguys. That's right, folks. I'll be bringing in the new year with the Classic Flyers Theater 200th episode spectacular, only on the Timmy Flyersguys YouTube channel. So get ready. We're gonna bring in the new year on December 31st, 2023. And guess what time this video will be? At 11 p.m. on December 31st, the Timmy Flyersguys 200th episode spectacular will be making its premiere on New Year's Eve at 11 p.m. That's right, we're gonna ring in the new year with the 200th episode spectacular of Classic Flyers Theater. Stay tuned, folks, because it's coming to YouTube New Year's Eve. And we're back, and we're going to get to our number 7 pick on this countdown. And that number 7 pick is the crazy storyline between the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. This rivalry culminates from WWE to WCW, and it all started in 1992 when Ric Flair posted fake pictures of him and Miss Elizabeth together, holding hands. This storyline infuriated the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He wanted a piece of Ric Flair. He got a piece of Ric Flair at WrestleMania back in '92, as it was a World Championship match. Macho Man Randy Savage got the victory and was still champion. The war went on for many, many months before that as well, also involving the Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect, and Razor Ramon. This was a strange storyline, but it had great elements to it. And they had a match. Mr. Perfect was the partner of Randy Savage at one of their matches. And Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, won the match. We fast forward to WrestleMania, where the Macho Man beats Ric Flair and still WWE champion. Fast forward to WCW, and it all started when Ric Flair assaulted Macho Man's father, Angelo Poffo, at Great American Bash, 1995. Ric Flair and Arn Anderson pulled Macho Man's dad from the crowd and gave Angelo Poffo a beating. This infuriated the Macho Man, Randy Savage. On an episode of WCW Saturday Night, when Ric Flair was entering the arena, he was jumped by Macho Man Randy Savage. Many months after that, the rivalry continued. In a lifeguard match at Bash at the Beach, 1995. Macho Man Randy Savage prevailed in that match, but the rivalry wasn't over. We fast forward to February at Super Brawl, when the Macho Man Randy Savage had Miss Elizabeth in his corner. Miss Elizabeth did the unthinkable and turned her back on the Macho Man Randy Savage by handing Ric Flair a shoe. Ric Flair nailed the Macho Man in the head with a shoe, ending the Macho Man, screwing over the Macho Man Randy Savage. Many months later, Miss Elizabeth was spending the Macho Man's money, and Ric Flair was as well. This infuriated the Macho Man Randy Savage, and the rivalry continued. Unfortunately, the rivalry ended as soon as the NWO made their presence. I like the storyline, but I honestly think they should have kept it going. It was fun. And it was entertaining. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Now we get to our number 6 storyline on this countdown. Number 6 storyline on this countdown. And that storyline on this countdown is going to be the rivalry on this countdown. The number 6 rivalry on this countdown is going to be the NWO. No, it's going to be, storyline for this is going to be, trying to think of a good storyline here. Next storyline on here is storyline between Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. The Rockers break up. This was a good storyline. There was a match that Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty lost. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty were at each other's throats. They weren't getting along, and things weren't going good for the team. On an episode of The Barbershop in WWE, Brutus the Barber Beefcake interviewed the Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty made up. They shook hands. They hugged, but things weren't what they seemed. As Shawn Michaels super kicked Marty Jannetty right in the face, and then slammed Marty Jannetty's head right through the glass window of the barbershop. Marty Jannetty was bleeding profusely. And this storyline culminated all the way into 1993, when Marty Jannetty wrestled Shawn Michaels and beat Shawn Michaels on an episode of Monday Night Raw in 1993. And now we get to number 5 storyline here on the Flyersguys Top 10. And that storyline was the storyline between Hulk Hogan and the New Blood. For those of you who don't know, some people may think that the storyline may be stupid, but in a way it had some interesting elements to it. Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff merged together to create the New Blood on an episode.
Someone's at the front door.
On an episode of Monday Night Show. But before we get to that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's me, Jimmy Flyersguy, reminding you to check out the lovely Jill Cassidy on YouTube. She is one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen. So make sure you check out her YouTube channel and show her some love. If you don't know who Jill Cassidy is, then I will show you. So here we are. But number 5 pick on this countdown. And that pick, our countdown. That pick on our countdown, our number 5 pick on this countdown is Hulk Hogan versus the New Blood, or the New Blood storyline in WCW. This all started on an episode of Nitro, where all the titles were vacated, and Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo joined forces to form the New Blood. The New Blood terrorized WCW, but a group of young veterans known as the Millionaires Club joined forces to combat the New Blood. Crazy shenanigans happened as Billy Kidman beat Hulk Hogan, and Billy Kidman was talking shit about Hulk Hogan, which culminated into Hulk Hogan beating up Billy Kidman in a parking lot, throwing Kidman in a dumpster, and then running the dumpster over the white hump with the Hummer. This was crazy because Billy Kidman swatted at the hornet's nest, and Hulk Hogan was not too happy. The New Blood didn't also go after Hulk Hogan, they also went after Diamond Dallas Page, constantly attacking DDP. And the unthinkable happened as DDP's wife, Kimberly, sided with the New Blood. In an act of betrayal, Diamond Dallas Page was not happy. He wanted to take down the New Blood. This storyline culminated for a long time, but I have to admit, it was pretty entertaining. And now we get to our number 4 pick on this countdown. And that pick on this countdown is Jake the Snake Roberts and Macho Man Randy Savage. The rivalry between Jake the Snake culminated when Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth officially got married in storyline. I think this was an episode of Superstars. Well, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Miss Elizabeth They remarry. They have a reception. They opened up a bunch of gifts. And one of the boxes, it was a snake. And the snake, it was a snake. Jake the Snake Roberts ruined the wedding of Macho Man Randy Savage.
There's a lot of crap going on, huh?
And this angered the Macho Man Randy Savage. He tried to get the jump on Jake the Snake Roberts, but Jake had the upper hand, pummeling the Macho Man Randy Savage, and even tying him up into the turnbuckle. He was tied up. Jake the Snake Roberts took the snake out of the bag, and it bit Macho Man Randy Savage. Jack Tunney, the commissioner of WWE, informed Randy Savage not to show up, not to do anything. But Randy Savage wouldn't listen. Randy Savage attacked Jake the Snake in the Royal Rumble. The match was crazy. The Macho Man went, Jake the Snake, but Jake still got the upper hand on Randy Savage. Also, even slapping Miss Elizabeth. Jake the Snake Roberts knocked out Randy Savage, went after Miss Elizabeth, and slapped her in the face. This angered Randy Savage. And then the match finally happened. Randy Savage finally got his hands on Jake the Snake Roberts. And Macho Man Randy Savage got the victory. Jake the Snake Roberts took it a step closer, trying to attack the Macho Man when he was walking through the curtain after his match. He went for a chair shot, but the Undertaker blocked the chair shot and turned face to help out Randy Savage. This angered Macho Man, and he went after Jake the Snake Roberts. I really enjoyed this story. It's one of my favorites. And now we get to our last three picks. And that is our last three picks on this countdown. And that's the CM Punk rivalry. The rivalry between CM Punk and The Undertaker. CM Punk was officially a heel, and his title reign lasted over a year. CM Punk called out The Undertaker, and there was a lot of mind games between The Undertaker. Mind games. As CM Punk stole the urn from The Undertaker. CM Punk also had Paul Heyman dress up as Paul Bearer and imitate Paul Bearer. This angered The Undertaker, but it also angered The Undertaker's brother, Kane, as well. Kane was not happy. He wanted to have a match with CM Punk. CM Punk won that match. And at WrestleMania, that match finally came true. As The Undertaker and CM Punk went at it at WrestleMania. The Undertaker got the victory, and his streak continued. Now we get to our number 2 storyline on this countdown. Our number 2 storyline. And number 2, we have number 2, the Sandman and Raven rivalry in ECW. It's no surprise that the Sandman had some demons in his past, doing some things that he wasn't proud of. But this storyline shows that sometimes it all catches up to you. It all started when the Sandman had a match with Raven. The Sandman's wife, Peaches, turned her back on the Sandman and joined up with Raven. Raven also brainwashed the son of the Sandman, Tyler Fullington, into joining Raven's nest. In a match between Raven and Sandman, there was some interference. The Sandman was completely outnumbered. They took the Sandman, tied him up to a cross, and stuck barbed wire in his head. We all thought that the Sandman's son joined up with his dad, but it was all a ruse, as his son was completely taken away from him by Raven. Many months later, things happened. The Blue Meanie and Stevie Richards got tired of Raven's abuse, so they formed their own faction and turned their back on their leader Raven, and also tried to help out the Sandman. The Sandman finally got revenge, and his son, Tyler, became his son again. I really like this storyline. It's very touching. A son that was brainwashed finally saw the light and helped his father. Hopefully, we may see that with Dominic Mysterio in maybe a few months. This is a good storyline. I really enjoyed this though. Didn't really crucify him. That was a little much, but on the other hand, the storyline was great. So that's my number 2 storyline. And my last favorite storyline, I don't have much time, so I'm going to be very brief about this storyline. My number 1 storyline on this countdown is the formation of the NWO and Hulk Hogan's heel turn. Now, you all know what happened. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but I have to say, this is a great storyline. It really turned things around for WCW in their battle against the WWE. So there you have it. Those are my top 10 favorite storylines that I want to discuss with you on this episode. Thank you for joining me, and have a great Sunday, everyone, and have a great week. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure.